Bright suns and rising moons, fellow droids. Welcome to another episode of Not the Droids podcast. I'm Mayuri,
And I'm Danny.
and today we are moving on and doing Tales of the Jedi. But first, we want to let you know about a very exciting event coming up called Enchanticon. Danny, do you want to tell them what we're doing?
Enchanticon is from August 15th through 17th in St. Louis, Missouri.
I think so.
Yeah, I think that's right. I know my geography, we're good. And so it is a fantasy convention, but we will be doing a panel called Not the Droids, Finding Your Way Through the Star Wars Universe on August 15th. So we invite you guys to come out, join us. We're going to be doing a bunch of fun stuff that weekend. But our panel is first thing, first day. So kick off Enchanticon with us. We will be talking
Yes.
about kind of navigating the Star Wars universe.
What we've been doing.
What we've been doing in a positive and healthy way.
Yes, no negativity, please.
No.
So we can't wait to see you. Shoot us any questions you have
Anything you want us
about
to
the con.
discuss?
Yes, any questions you have about Star Wars that you want us to go into, that would be really great. And
Especially because I haven't started our outline yet.
I know I was gonna say we haven't really talked about what we're gonna talk about. So if we can incorporate the things you guys want to know, that will be our best case scenario. So, um,
The Young
aside from
Jedi
that,
season 2 has ended.
yes, we finally finished Young Jedi.
Which is funny because season 3 drops in like a month.
I know. I was like, we're never going to be rid of this show.
I love it.
I do love it. And honestly, we did get what we wanted at the end of Young Jedi, I think. So, like, all the complaining that I did about there not being like a single emotional thread
Yeah.
storyline, we got it.
The
And
Young Jedi also has helped us to kind of find our feet in this whole little universe as a podcast.
yeah,
Because if we would have started with like a movie, I don't know how we would have done.
well, we would have had to start with Acolyte. And I think that would have been
That would have been a lot.
really rough, really, really rough.
Yes.
So
And
I do appreciate Young Jedi, the
yes,
part that it had, but it's always gonna have new episodes.
it
So
will.
I think,
And we have decided that, so we do episodes once a week. And we've decided that we're not going to break for Young Jedi. We are going to do them as additional episodes. So it'll be a Thursday drop because we do love the stories and we do want to cover them. But we also know that not everyone, and I'm telling you, if you have slept on Young Jedi, please change this because it is
yeah,
really cute and worth watching. But we do understand that a lot of people don't watch the Young Jedi if they don't have children. So we're
yeah,
going to work them in, but still continue our chronological rewatch.
I would say it's probably for the best too, because if we kept redoing the schedule every time they decided to drop
It'll
more
be
Young
10 years.
Jedi episodes, we'd be here for 10 years. Um, so that being said, we are going into Tales of the Jedi, season one, episodes one, two, and three, titled Life and Death, Justice, and Choices. And this is my first time watching this show, period. So it was really interesting for me.
I had watched the Ahsoka episodes, so I hadn't watched
Of
most
course
of
you
them.
did.
Well, I went on a Ahsoka order binge, so
Oh yeah.
that's why I did that. But all these episodes released together for the whole season of Tales of the Jedi on October 26th, 2022.
Yeah. They are like really cute little episodes. And
They're like blinks
honestly,
in time is how I want to put them. Like it's a blinks in time
yeah,
of a character to give you. So like Ahsoka was a bit of an origin story, but not all of them are that.
no. I want to talk first about the animation style because it took me a second to realize that it wasn't just like the glare on my TV or like me not paying attention close enough, that it was actually the way it was animated was a
Mhm.
little bit more of like a rough, sketchy style. And I don't know how I feel about that.
I'm gonna warn you now, when we get into Clone Wars, I will talk about my struggle with certain animation styles. It's because Clone Wars, the one of the reasons, probably like the reason I have not watched all of them is because I struggle with the animation style of it.
Yeah, I have tried to watch Clone Wars before and it's the narration style. But like this one, I think I was so distracted by the animation style because I like couldn't get over like how the fingers looked like long and square and then like the sketch lines on all the people.
Yeah.
And so I think I was really distracted by that. And they're really good stories. Um, but I got distracted. And I will say that I did not read the titles or the descriptions of the episodes, nor did I watch with the subtitles on. So I had no idea
No
who
context.
anybody was in any of these episodes. I spent the whole episode trying to guess um until they finally said names. I mean, the first one was pretty obvious, the life and death, like the Ahsoka birth story.
Mhm.
Um,
It's not her birth story. It is
well,
rite of passage,
her rite of
which is
passage.
wild that a rite of passage happens at the age of 1.
That's why I was gonna be like, she's such a baby.
Literally.
That I feel like that's the whole point. Like she is such
Yes.
a strong Jedi that it presented so
So
early.
early. Yeah.
Um, I just I have to ask you, the first note that I have about this show is the
Mhm.
weird panda dogs. Whatever animals those are. And I think that's when I should have clicked that the animation style is different.
Hmm.
Because I was looking at them and I was like, what are these animals? They look like fat pandas, but mini, like dog size. And I couldn't get over it. But I did like seeing like the village dynamic and like how everybody was, because I feel like you don't get a lot of the origin stories for all the Jedis. You have Anakin's, um, and now we have Ahsoka's, but like we don't really see more than that other than what
The
we get in the
internet
Acolyte.
says some people think they're Tukas or Loth cats. I can believe they are a Tuka and not a Loth cat because all Loth cats are Tukas, but not all Tukas are Loth cats, which we had that discussion during Young Jedi. But my
Yes.
favorite comment here is there's not necessarily a name for them. They're just the cute panda raccoon things from that one episode.
We never get again.
Well, th we might just at the time of posting. That's what it says. So
They're so weird. But yeah, so that's like I said, that's where the animation style started
I
to get
don't
to
think they
me.
are tukas because they don't have tuka chicken feet and their ears
They
are round, not
don't.
pointy. So they are sort of less panda-y. So
Yeah. Um, I was a little shocked, and I know it's all like cultural and stuff, but like the mom taking Ahsoka out for hunting, and first of all, it is not that easy to quiet a child. When she was just like, and no. And then when she did kill, I know it's not a deer, but it looks like a deer. Um, and she was like telling baby Ahsoka, like, don't look away. You
I
should
have
learn
I
about
have the
death.
words. You must face death, Ahsoka. You must not fear it.
1 year, that was too much for me. I was like, come
Rite
on,
of passage,
man.
man.
I know, but it was just like, and then I was like, you did not bring a spotter with you into the dangerous woods.
So rite of passage, you can't have all that stuff.
I did like the like saber tooth tiger crossover, like an actual tiger, I mean, but
Yeah.
like whatever that was. That was kind of like I thought we were gonna get like a Bambi moment. I was like, oh no, is Ahsoka's origin rite of passage story that like her mom died in front of her? And she was like, you must not look away from death. I don't know. It was cute. It did get cute. Um,
And then we have our old wise village lady when she comes back and just is like,
always.
Ahsoka is Jedi.
Yeah, well, because how else could she have done that?
So,
I
like,
don't
and from
disagree.
this lady has obviously already seen like young Jedi and how they present. So,
Sorry. Yeah, no. I do enjoy that she was playing horsey with the saber-tooth tiger at the end, like wing. And everybody was like, what is happening? Cool. She's not dead. I thought she was gonna be tiger meat, but which like I know she wasn't because I know she's alive.
yeah.
But um no. And then like we went to the second, like I said, I just like I watched
Yeah.
these like bam, 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 bam.
So, did you know going into these that they weren't like a continuous story?
No.
So, like, you went from Ahsoka to Count Dooku and Qui-Gon?
Also, I did not know that was Count Dooku. I literally was like, Severus Snape, what are you doing here?
So this is episode 2 called Justice.
Yeah. I literally was like, my note says Severus Snape, is that you? And then I was like, who is this other guy? Is that Obi-Wan? And then at the end, I was like, oh God, that's what I mean. Like, I did not read anything. I was just watching it. And I was like,
Yeah.
what is happening right now?
I had to
Who?
put the subtitles on because also like the descriptions said like
Yeah.
two Jedi. It doesn't like say who. I think the next episode said who in like the descriptor, but the second
Yeah.
one was just like two Jedi and it starts and I'm like, which two Jedi? I'm like, okay, I know that voice.
It was Severus Snape and Obi-Wan for me for most of the episode. I will say, like, I wrote down the names because, like, I don't know them, but like the Senator Dagony and his son, like, I'm just like, those I feel like I should remember to see if they come up again later.
Yeah.
And I do like that we got like a humongous droid, and the droid's name was Teuton, I think. I was like, it was like I don't. It's just like a heavy lifting droid.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I was like, does that mean that Qui-Gon was Dooku's?
I don't know. I think these
I think
were
they're both Jedi
I think these are two
masters.
Jedi Knights are Jedi
Yes.
Masters on a mission.
Yeah.
They don't have a
So,
Padawan with them. They are on a
and
mission
then
together.
and I did like seeing that the sun was just like it reminded me a little bit of like Cyrus, but not really, where like their eyes are open to their privilege. And
Yes.
they're like, I can't believe like this is the life of our general, like our constituent. I like
Yeah.
how they keep saying our people. And I
Mhm.
was like, aren't you guys just like a senator and his son? Like you guys don't rule over the planet.
I feel like the Senate, though, in Star Wars universe, has a lot more power than what we think of as the Senate.
Senator. Yeah, I guess.
I
Because
think
like
it's more like ambassador actually can make choices. I was like make change,
yeah.
but obviously the changes they were making in this episode were not for
Well,
the
because
benefit
I
of
guess like they're
people.
brokering agreements and
Yeah.
they're enacting. So like it is crazy that like
I think it's just more effective in the Star Wars universe.
I was laughing though going into the next one. I literally wrote in all caps, is this just a series about Senate corruption? Um because I feel like we got that story again on a different planet.
Mhm. So this one's
That the
called Choices. I think the point of these is we are learning the history of Count Dooku. So even though,
oh because he's in this one with Windu.
yeah.
Oh, so you're kind of getting the history of how he came to be.
Hmm. Well, because what we know of Count Dooku is he went to the dark
He's
side.
yeah, we that's why I was so shook. I was like,
Mhm.
a Jedi Master, isn't
Yeah.
he a Sith Lord from what
Yeah.
I know?
So, and like we haven't seen that in the shows we watched.
It's
But
general knowledge
but
though, I
yes,
feel
but based
like.
on that, I think these are the tales. And I think how this follows is that we see how he was swayed to the dark side or
Which we get
pulled.
in this episode, right?
Yes.
Because he's on a mission with Windu, all of this stuff happens. They deal with the rebels very differently.
Hmm.
And because of the like Dooku deals with it more emotionally than Windu, um Windu gets the seat on the Jedi Council, and you see
Yeah.
like the jealousy coming in.
Hmm.
Like, oh, did you know about the seat, or did they decide it after this mission?
Yeah.
And that's where I was just like, oh, this is like the history. This is
It
where
is
we're
because he comes in, and I worked on the schedule this week, so I saw like a lot of our little like snippets. He comes into play a lot in the Clone Wars. And I
oh,
think that's why this is here, is that I think his storyline is one of the storylines we're really going to follow through the Clone Wars.
that would make sense. Um But it was interesting to see like who we know as like the council, like out and about on missions.
Hmm.
Um, that's why I kind of liked it. I was like, oh, they were actually Jedi before they were
Yeah.
on the council. I forgot about that. I do love like where Dooku was like, oh, you follow the rules too much. Like you don't think for yourself. And I was like,
Yeah.
isn't that the whole point of Jedi? It's like you follow the rules to like your own peril
Kind
most of the time. But yeah, I did really like these. Like I said, I found the animation style to be really distracting, but I
of.
think
Hmm.
other than that, like they're really short, but they pack
Yes.
a lot of emotion
And
into those 10
information.
minutes
Like you get
and
a lot
so
of
much
information
information.
about characters, and I think that's
And
the
like,
point. It is like a character building device.
yeah, and I
They
like
build
that
it.
it also is
Mhm.
helping with world building. So, like,
Yes.
I made the joke that this series might just be about Senate corruption, but maybe that is what like lended Dooku to going to the dark side, right? Like, so that's where I also think that's such a big,
And I
it
think
is
that the big comes into play.
a big problem with the Senate during
Well,
this
and
time
part of
rage.
it is our listeners don't know this, but we have already watched The Phantom Menace,
Yes.
and I feel like the Senate corruption is setting up like the next stories because it
Yeah.
falls into that a lot. And we'll like discuss that a lot more in the next episode because that is what we're covering next. But I think it does follow that because that is where we are headed and is a big part of the story we're about to hit.
And I think that makes sense because, like, where we know Star Wars is going, like, we know people start getting disenfranchised with the
Mhm.
Republic. And this is why we're
Yes.
seeing actually why, which I think is like a cool texture to the story. So I am interested to see, but we're not, I don't think we're circling back to Tales
No, we
for,
are.
oh, wait, there's a couple
Like,
of episodes later.
we have, hold on, let me pull up our list.
Yeah,
Just
because
so,
this is where the episodes and shows start getting really choppy
yes,
because we're doing this in timeline order. We're trying to follow where we
chronologically,
are
yes.
chronologically. So from these three episodes of Tales, the next episode,
We do The Phantom Menace, and then the episode after that will be Tales of the Jedi, episode 4, and then Forces of Destiny, season 2, episode 10. So
which
there's
is
going to
wild.
start being a bit jumping around. I don't know anything about Forces of Destiny, so I'm curious to see that. I am going to say, since we're discussing this right now, after that episode, we are going to take a summer break. And then we will come back in September with Attack of the Clones to start season 2.
Yes.
But we still have two
And
more
then
episodes until that point, so you don't have to
I
worry.
know. And I feel like we need the little mental health break before we dive straight into Clone
I
Wars.
mean, we're saying it's a mental health break. We're going to a bunch of conventions and just don't
Yeah,
have
I
it.
know. I think, and
Let's,
I'm
let's
moving. Like, it's just so
like,
much going on that I
yeah.
think we need the break.
We're
But
just we're just
I,
we're doing a lot coming up, and we were just like, this is a good time to start to like end the season because we were trying to figure out a good stopping point for a season break, and this is what we have come up with. But until then, we're not the droids you're looking for.
but where the droids are gonna get. Peace.